Good God, a season 2 after so long. This is one of the shows that I can continuously rewatch every year. I don't know why, what it is about it. It's just an enjoyable slice of life watch for me. Even though there's a few action scenes and stuff, but yeah. Any No Game No Life fans, I know it's been years at this point, but you have some hope. If this thing can get one, I have no doubt in my mind that season 2 for No Game No Life can happen. Alright, so another Q&A video. I like doing these videos instead of just me talking about merch. Even though I'm probably going to talk about some merch in this video, this is more personable, and you guys get to know me a little bit better. How do you feel about this season's anime? Also, you should check out Mushoku Tensei. It's hella good. Now, personally, I freaking love this anime season, alright? You probably know every Thursday I tweet out, it's Yuri Camp time, baby. Because it is. When I tweet that out, that's when I'm watching the episode. So, aside from Yuri Camp, I'm only watching Slime at the moment. Those are the two shows I keep them up with. I know Mushoku Tensei is pretty good because I've read the manga alternative for it. I know it's based off a light novel, but I have read the manga version. But I'm probably going to just binge watch Mushoku Tensei when it's over, and a couple of other shows. What else is airing this season? Redo of a Healer. Have not watched that, but I've read it, and my god. Horimiya. That's also a pretty good show too. I read the manga, but I've only watched episode 1 because I felt the need to just binge watch it afterward. So yeah. Out of all the servants in Fate, who do you think has the best set of titties? I'm gonna have to give it to BB or Sanzo. God, there's a lot of... Alright, it's a hard choice, alright? There's a lot of great ones, okay? If you were given the power to have a figure made of your own choice, what character and what pose, attire, scale would you choose? Oh, and what company would it be from? If you don't reenact the pose, I'll be really sad. Okay. I have like 2 things that come to my mind right away, but they're already figures that exist. I would legit just want to have them in 1-to-1 life scale. First one is Rider Alter in her Final Ascension. Like, they already have the pose for it, like, you know, when she has like the gun and Excalibur, you know. I would love that in a 1-to-1 scale size. All right. Another one would be, what was it? It's a garage kit. It's not an official figure, but it's of Arturia, and she's eating some dango or whatever, and she has like her knees cross-legged, and she's like this, and she's eating it. Yeah, I would love to have that in a 1-to-1 scale size figure as well. I'm just kidding. I probably like 1/4 is good enough for me. Do you play League of Legends? No, I quit that garbage game back in 2014. I've not played it since. I just find MOBAs to be so boring. You know, the laning phase, early game, like everything is it's just super boring to me. Where do you buy body pillows? I'm considering on getting one. Okay, well, for me, I don't really have a specific place I get body pillows. I usually follow circle groups on Twitter because they usually sell online. When it comes to Comic Hit, they're getting ready. They usually put up some stuff, or artists themselves set up like their own booth site, and I just, you know, buy from there. I talked about it in my where to buy merchandise video. If you've not watched that video, you should probably go do that. I guess Dakimakuri is a pretty good place to get one. I made a video for them back a while back, but yeah. Do you rent or live at home? And if you plan to move to a different location, then what are some advice to keep the figures safe during process? I have a couple of expensive figures, but I'm scared they might get damaged when I move. I think I mentioned this in a previous video, but I do currently live at home with family. All right. I don't know how it is about with other families out there, but at least from Asian families that I know, we tend to stick together. You know what? I'm just going to roll the clip from the previous Q&A video. Here you go. I don't think I will be planning to move out anytime soon, and even if I did, I don't think my parents would be too happy, or at least my mom would be too happy about that. Because I don't know about you guys, but Asian families are a little bit different.
Mom, I've decided to move out.
Where we go? I already packed my stuff.
No, I'm living by myself.
No. No. I live with you forever. I stay with my son until I die. Asian women live until 125.
Why you pay to live somewhere else when you can live here for free? Why?
Dad, I've got to go.
No, stay. Why you want to hurt us like this? You are breaking our family.
No, I've got to go.
You know. Nobody stay.
Dad, that's why I'm leaving.
With regards to advice to keep figures safe during the moving process, I have yet to do it, so I wouldn't know. But if you did keep all of your boxes, I'm assuming it's going to make your life a little bit more easier. Are you going to buy some Pop-Up Parade Hololive in the pre-sale? Yeah, I think I tweeted about it too when they first announced it. I said instant pre-order. I love the Hololive gamers, and definitely going to pick up their pop-up parades. When are we playing Smash again? When I decide to play Smash again. I don't know. My Switch is upstairs in my sister's room. I haven't brought it back down yet. I remember seeing a Gundam kit. Do you build or have someone else build? If so, send them over here. Here's my resume. I did have the double Quanta from Gundam 00, but I've misplaced a few of the pieces because while I was building it, I think I kind of lost some. So, yeah. Never built a Gunpla. Don't plan to. It's just so much work. Of course, it'd be cool to have one, but yeah. Just never got around to building one. What made you decide to start a YouTube channel? Well, that's a pretty good question. From a young age, I've always been fascinated with video, right? Like when I first got my family's digital camera and I recorded something and I played it back, that was so cool. It's like you're replaying a memory that you just lived 5 minutes ago, right? When I was younger, I made a ton of like gaming channels that never really got anywhere, obviously. But yeah, I'd make a ton of like gaming videos and stuff with my friends, and I'd also make really cringy homemade videos with my cousins as well. Oh my god. I remember even one time when I was scanning through an older PC that we had a couple years back, I saw a video of me unboxing a juice box. Oh my god, it was cringe. I was like 7 at the time, I think, or something like that. I don't know. I was young as hell. I was also into anime at the time, obviously, and Cardcaptor Sakura is one of my favorite shows, and she has a best friend in that show, Tomoyo, and she carries a camcorder all the time, and she records all of Sakura's antics. Like, I just love that, right? So video and anime has always been something that I've been really passionate about. I don't know how it is nowadays, but for me, when I was younger, I had no friends that liked anime, right? Everyone knew I was like the kid that was into anime, but no one else was into anime, right? They would just look at me as like, oh, it's Ken, that anime guy. So it was always hard for me to find friends that shared the same passion as I did, right? So I decided to do YouTube to kind of, you know, express my anime fandom, if you will. You know, just try to find other people to get to know and talk about anime with. And that's exactly what YouTube has done for me. Without this platform, I probably wouldn't have met a majority of the friends I talk to literally at the moment. So I do gotta thank YouTube for that. How does one move houses with the Detolf? I bought one, and the never-ending doom I feel when thinking of leaving my parents' house is intense. Disassemble it, right? Because I don't think you want to move that thing when it's fully assembled. And hopefully you have a car that is long enough to, you know, accommodate for the glass panels. And that's it. I feel like, I don't know, I've never moved with them, so I wouldn't know. Do you have a Mal account or anything like that? Yeah, I do have a My Anime list. I'll try to link it down below. I do not update it a lot, and a lot of shows that I have watched are not on that list. So I usually try to log in every now and then and add a bunch of shit I've watched. So yeah, I'll leave it down below. How did your parents first feel about you collecting anime figures and other merch? Nothing really. They've always been cool with it from the get-go, because I mean, I grew up on anime, right? So my mom especially really loves all the figures and stuff. She loves the artwork, even the more classier art, I should say. Yeah, let's just go with that. I know you mainly have indicated that you collect female figures, but have you ever considered feminine male figures like Astolfo? No, not really. I mean, Astolfo's cool, but like I don't feel attached enough to him to buy a figure. The only case I would see myself buying a Astolfo figure is if she is, or he, my bad, is paired up with another, you know, character I like John, for example, right? What upcoming games are you looking forward to the most? All right, upcoming games. You know, I'm not really that tight on game news, but I am looking forward to Kuro no Kuseki, which is the latest entry in the Trail series, sometime released this year, I think. I cannot wait to see that game, but it's probably not going to be localized for like another 2 years, 3 at least. I am looking forward to Hajimari no Kiseki, which is the game that should be localizing soon, hopefully. I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, that's about it. I think like the next iteration of Final Fantasy VII Remake, that would be something I'm looking forward to as well, but I can't really think of anything at the moment right now. I know you're a big Type Moon fan, but if you were to pick your favorite work from them, what would it be? I feel like it'd be Fates Unite, considering how much of their merch you have. It'd probably have to be Fates Unite, or it could be this one as well. Hollow Ataraxia. This is great. Another potential candidate could be this, but I have not read through it because it's not fully translated yet. So I'm still waiting for this thing to get translated, and we'll see. But yeah, so far right now, my favorite one would have to be this. The original Fates Unite. Alright, now, I'm just gonna leave those here while I do the rest of this video. Thank you. Chicken nuggets or chicken tenders? depends on where the chicken nuggets are from, and it depends where the chicken tenders are from. But in general, I think I'd have to go with the tenders. At what age is figure collecting considered too weird or too old? I've got 2 teenage kids who are into the hobby with me, but it seems like anyone over 30 is considered creepy. Just curious. I don't think you're considered creepy, bro. You know, let's say, like, if I go to someone's house and they're like 50 years old and they have a huge ass beautiful card captor Sakura figure, like, you know, respect. But yeah, I can see how there's always going to be some people who consider you creepy, but I think there's just going to be just as much people who are probably just not going to mind because it's not really bothering anybody and they don't care. But if my man Sakurai can have 2 figures of Pyra and Mithra, you know, it's all good. I don't care. You shouldn't care either. Sakurai based. What figure do you regret buying, if any? Don't really got any figures I regret buying because I tend to buy figures I really like. I guess my God Eater figure from Alisa. I guess my Alisa figure from God Eater would would work as a figure I kind of regret buying, but you know, it was really cheap too. So love your content, man. Are you on the Nino gang? Okay, personally, I'm on the Itsuki gang, man. Don't punch me, please. I don't know. I just really like Itsuki. Maybe it's the hair. I love her hairstyle. Honestly, when I was reading the manga and they did get to the bike scene, I was like, yep, okay, Nino, she's top tier. I definitely would put myself in the Nino gang. Worst goal is definitely Ichika, though. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. She pulled some stupid shit in the manga at one point of the story, and I just kind of like, no, not good, not cool. What's your future plans for your YouTube channel? I don't really got any. Like, I just plan to make more videos, and hopefully more people like them. That's just how it is. What anime would you like to be living in? Love your vids, man. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to assume I'm going to be living the life of the protagonist. Okay, just saying. I don't want to be some raunchy side character that just gets slammed to the side. All right, the world I would have to live in, I would love to be Issei from High School DD. All right, guy's got like the best harem in anime, specifically Aguro. Top tier. What games are you currently playing? Games I'm currently playing. Nothing really. I've been playing a lot of Valorant with my squad, and that's been fun, I guess. It's a little bit more fresh and new compared to CSGO, which we usually play a lot. Yeah, in terms of like single JRPG type of games, I haven't been playing much. Oh, actually, which reminds me, any of the regulars from my streams, you may have noticed I haven't streamed in like 6 months. I am completely sorry about that. We'll be getting back to that soon. When I do come back, I'm thinking of streaming Ghost of Tsushima, because I've yet to play that game. I'm a little bit late on the hype of that, but it seems like a good game I really want to try out. I'm also probably going to stream Persona 5 Scramble, or is it called Strikers now? So yeah, that's going to be fun. I mean, my whole playthrough of Persona 5 R last year was fantastic, and I loved it.
He's clearly awake.
What are some of your favorite game or anime OSTs? All right, the Trails franchise has some of my favorite OST of all time now. Anyone who watches my videos will probably tell I use a lot of Trails music in my videos just because I love the atmosphere of the music, man. It's just so great. Other soundtracks. AOT soundtrack is pretty good. Guilty Crown soundtrack was pretty good. The anime was okay. Final Fantasy VII Remakes OST was great. In terms of other games, I'm trying to think. Nothing comes to mind. If there was one original character figure you fancy, which one would it be? This one's a little bit hard for me because I don't take a look at original characters too much. I usually only buy figures of characters from shows because I'm attached to them. But actually, wait, hold on. I do have something. This is probably not the best example, but an artist I follow, EU03, I'm just going to call him because that's like his Twitter name, but his Twitter handle's Click Again. You may have noticed a couple prints on my walls from the artist, but he did tweet out a day or two ago about an original character for him getting a figure if people are going to be interested. And you know, very lewd, but she looks good, and I'd probably buy this, you know, just support the guy, because I've met him at AX, even though we didn't really talk. I met him as a customer, not as like a content creator or anything like that, but yeah, I bought a lot of prints from him, and got something signed too, so definitely love that guy. When did you start playing the Trails series, and who's your favorite character from each arc? Our first venture into the Trails franchise was back in 2017, 2018, I forget, but it was on a Steam sale. I picked up Trails of Cold Steel 1, right? Because I didn't know if there was any prior games to Trails, so I just picked that up because it seemed like a JRPG I might enjoy. Played through it, and it was amazing, and I loved it, and I found out there was Trails of Cold Steel 2 on Steam as well, but by the time I finished Cold Steel 1, the sale was over, so I was like, oh, god damn, I really don't want to pay full price right now. But luckily, one of my friends, Ghost, cool guy, you can follow him on Twitter, he gifted me Cold Steel 2 as an early birthday gift, and I played through that. And then I found out there were prior games, Trails in the Sky, and then the Crossbell games. Played through those, and it was amazing. Been a fan ever since. Even though I started at Cold Steel 1, I would recommend anyone who wants to get into the franchise to start off in Trails in the Sky. 100%. All right, so I forgot to answer the second part of the question, but my favorite character from Trails in the Sky was Estelle, pretty much. I don't know, she's like a bucket full of sunshine. I love Estelle, she's great. From the Crossbow games, I would have to go with Lloyd, but if I wanted to go with my female preference, it would definitely be Risha. Risha Mao. She is so hot. And then from Cold Steel, it would have to be Reen. I love my boy. What got you into the Fate series? The good old Studio Dean adaptation in 2006. How do you fund your figure collection? Well, I literally answered this back in my previous Q&A, but I got a retail job and you just work a ton. It also helps that I don't have to pay bills because I don't own a car. I still live with family, you know, that helps a lot, obviously. But YouTube has also turned into like an additional source of income as well. Like the YouTube channel doesn't make a ton from videos. Like if I'm lucky, I'll probably get enough money from the channel to buy a figure or two every month. I do also make some money from my affiliate links from Otaku Mode. By the way, shameless plug, if you do buy from Otaku Mode, I have a link down below. You can bookmark that, and whenever you buy merch for yourself from Otaku Mode, feel free to use that link because you're helping out the channel at no additional extra cost. Sorry, shameless plug. By the way, anyone who's been using that link, I love you. Those are the primary sources of income for the figure collection. I do have a Patreon as well, but I don't spend the Patreon money on figures. That solely goes into video gear, because if anyone's into video gear like I am, you'd know that stuff can get expensive. Forget about camera bodies, right? Lenses, lights, light modifiers, the whole tripods, everything gets massively expensive when it comes to video gear. So yeah, I save up Patreon money just solely for video gear. Choose one, Grisaya or Magikoi. You really had to do me like this, huh? Magikoi. Not only the fact because I own it physically, but like I don't know, I just enjoyed the slice of life atmosphere of Magikoi. Although Grisaya is great, do not skip on Grisaya. If you're looking for a visual novel to play first, I'd recommend Grisaya. That is a great visual novel. This one's more like an eroge, but because that's kind of like the main appeal. You have a lot of girls to choose from. I like the slice of life story though. Everything is great about Magikoi. And then I also own a S. And I got the Special A edition. So, yeah. Is Steins Gate still your favorite anime? Of course, man. Steins Gate will always be my favorite anime. Unless my love for Unicamp somehow overtakes that, then Unicamp might be my favorite anime of all time. What game/anime did you grow up on? Okay, in terms of anime, I actually did make a video about how I got into anime. You can watch it down below. I'll leave a link down there. It's super old, but yeah, you can watch that. The thing that really got me into gaming was the PlayStation 1. My dad worked in Asia a lot when I was a kid. Even though we live here, my dad would fly over there to work, and he brought back a PlayStation 1. And I played a crap ton of games, although all the games were in Japanese, and they weren't actually... And the games I played were all burnt on discs. You know, hard times, we didn't have money for games, so like all of my PS1 games were actually burnt on discs, and they were bootlegs. But I enjoyed... I got to enjoy great games like Mega Man X, Metal Slug, Digimon Rumble Arena? I forget what the thing's called, but it was one of the Digimon fighting games on PS1. I also played this Power Rangers game, which was hella fun. It was a good beat 'em up game. But yeah, most of the games I played were all burnt games. Dumbest anime convention purchase. Okay, this one has a little bit of a story to it. So back in AX 2018, I have a friend that I like to call the Chinese salesman. Right? We were walking around in the convention and we saw this bed sheet from Magikoi. And it's like R18+, like you can see everything. And he looks at it and he's like, hey man, are you gonna buy that? Because he knows I'm a big fan of it. And I just look at it. He was taunting me a little bit. He's like, if you don't get it, I'm gonna get it. And I'm just sitting there like, oh hell no, I can't let you buy that. So I went out and bought it myself. That guy, he can't get me to play any of the games he wants me to play, but he can get me to spend money. I'll tell you that right now. It's the same thing happened with a Magikoi body pillow. He baited me into buying it because I didn't want him to buy it if he wasn't gonna buy it, so I bought it. Yeah, this is the dumbest thing. The bedsheet and the Dakimakura. Do I regret it? No. But I think those were probably my dumbest purchases. How much money have you spent on shipping for your anime merch? Let's not talk about that, alright? Have you ever spent more shipping than the cost of the figure itself? No, because I usually have other extra stuff bundled in. Let's say if I was buying a prize figure, I'd probably have instances to where the shipping costs more than the prize figure itself, but I've never been in that situation, so no. Last question, what are some dream videos you would like to make in the future if money and sponsorship was right? Also, you are trash at Valorant. Well, I'm not gonna deny that, at least I got to gold though. In terms of dream videos, I got really nothing. I do want to have a video of where I buy like a shit ton of bootleg merch from like Wish or something, but like, I don't want to spend my own money on that. I don't know what I would do with all the bootleg merch after the fact. So, yeah. All right, so that is pretty much it for all the questions. This video was a little bit longer than usual. I'll try to edit it down, but you know how it is. If you did enjoy the video, feel free to leave a like because that would be fantastic. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.